the Honorable Ministers present, the Members of Parliament present, the KCC Executive Director, and your deputies, the senior government officials in your respective ranks and appointments, including the security teams present, the city leaders like the RCCs, the RDCs in that category, the LC1 chairman of this cell and all your members of the committee, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Mbalamuziza nyo mwena. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, ne Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, babalamuziza nyo. Mwebale okuja enzi n'obutonde bwaffe. I have the Honorable Anywa saying mwebale kuja okulongoza egwanga byaffe. Nze Namakula Alupo Jessica. So today is a national day, and I request you to allow me to speak in English. And I want to start by thanking all of you for turning up here this morning, and indeed all the Ugandans who have turned up in their respective areas for national cleaning, including those that are cleaning at home, that are cleaning in the villages. I thank you very much for welcoming and embracing this initiative. Let's thank ourselves for embracing the initiative. Uganda has two angles of fighting disease. One of the angles is curative, and the second one is preventive. And over the years, His Excellency the President has led Uganda in implementing all the two angles. But all those two angles require and need the intervention of all members of the community. For instance, on the angle of preventive, we have four main channels which government has been pursuing and working together with you to fight disease. Firstly, immunization. I thank you for always taking your children to health facilities to get immunization. The second one is nutrition. The Ministry of Health is always guiding all the population on how to observe diet which is safe enough to keep us healthy. The third one is physical exercise. When we do physical exercise, we fight incommunicable diseases. We empower our bodies to resist incommunicable diseases. And the fourth angle is sanitation and hygiene. Sanitation and hygiene is the reason why we are here today. We know that many of the people in Uganda are already observing that principle of sanitation and hygiene. But we are here to enhance the effort that we are already putting in place, or that we have already been putting in place. And that's why when we have flooding in Kampala when it is raining, it is because the plastic bottles have blocked the drainage channels. It is because the caveras have blocked the drainage channels. And when we have flooding, we are at a risk of exposing the population to waterborne diseases, including diarrhea, dysentery, etc., which are killer diseases, especially to the children. So this intervention will go a long way in enhancing the sanitation and hygiene initiative that the Ministry of Health has already been educating you and sensitizing you about. So we should take this initiative very seriously, because we know that a general cleaning like this will give all of us the sense of belonging together as Ugandans, a sense of looking in one direction as Ugandans. The technical teams from health are always telling us that a healthy population is a wealthy population. The government wants you to implement livelihood programs like Emyoga, like PDM, when you are healthy. Because when you are not healthy, it is difficult to implement them. And when you are healthy, you do not need to spend money for treatment. And that means that government also uses that money, which would have otherwise been used to buy so many drugs, to hire so many workers in the health sector. Now that money can be channeled to other productive sectors of government. And that means strengthening of our economy and the growth of our GDP. So that is the angle of preventive. We know that sometimes Ugandans fall sick. That's why the second angle of curative is also a fundamental area where government is investing resources and will continue investing resources. And that's why we have health center 3s in every sub-county, health center 4s in every county, hospitals in every district, regional referral hospitals in every region, and specialized hospitals like Mulago and the Women Hospital, Lubowa Hospital, and new specialized hospitals which government is going to establish in Ruengo and Katakwi. So we know that occasionally, even when we clean, there can be some incidences of illness or sickness. So government will continue investing in that angle of curative. But we are saying that 75% of the diseases are preventable. How? One of the areas is what we are handling today. And those other 3 which I have already mentioned. Therefore, Uganda is firmly set on a path to accelerate her transformation in a middle-income country through the promotion of a healthy, productive, and dignified living conditions for all our people. A clean and healthy environment is a critical foundation for this transformation. Accordingly, Cabinet at its sitting on Monday, 11th August 2025, approved the National Cleaning Days initiative for nationwide launch and implementation. This initiative adopts a whole-of-government and whole-of-society approach aimed at empowering communities across the country to recognize their primary role in maintaining their own health by addressing social determinants of health. Fellow Ugandans, cleanliness begins with each one of us. When our homes, streets, markets, schools, places of worship, and workplaces are dirty, we expose ourselves and our children to preventable diseases, as I have already said. Poor waste management, poor segregation of waste, irresponsible disposal practices, and irregular cleaning of our surroundings are a danger to all our lives and our neighbors. Therefore, cleaning is not optional. It is essential, and it reflects a sense of responsibility and patriotism from each and every one of us. The National Cleaning Days are therefore not just government-led activities or ceremonies. They are about changing our mindset, and cleaning should begin at the household level and extend to our communities. We must not wait for government workers. Uganda belongs to all of us, and each citizen has a duty to keep it clean. When you are in the taxi, be responsible enough to ensure that after drinking a bottle of water, keep that empty bottle until you reach where there is a dustbin and you drop it there. That's what this means. When you are walking along the streets and you see a cavera, there is no harm picking it up and placing it in the right place. This is what this means. When we have a ceremony in a public place and we serve our guests with takeaway, with those packages, after the ceremony, there is no harm volunteering to clean up the place before we depart the venue. This initiative will be conducted every last Saturday of the month from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. by everyone living in Uganda and at all levels. The Office of the Prime Minister will coordinate the initiative, working closely with the implementing ministries, departments, and agencies, including the Ministry of Health as the lead technical ministry, the Ministry of Water and Environment, the Ministry of Local Government, the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development, Ministry of Education and Sports, Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Ministry of Internal Affairs, among others. Finally, I call upon religious leaders, cultural leaders, all political leaders in your respective capacities, the resident district commissioners, all the youth fraternity, development partners, the private sector, the local governments, and the cities, including municipalities, community leaders, champions, and the influencers, including you, the members of the media, to lead by example within your respective institutions and communities. I particularly urge our youth to take the lead in this effort. You have the energy, innovation, and influence to inspire positive behavioral change. Let cleanliness become part of our identity and a source of pride as a country. The government will continue providing local government, cities, municipalities with the equipment, including those trucks for removing rubbish, the gloves, and other associated equipment to do with the waste management issues in their respective areas of responsibility. And I request you, when you receive the equipment, to put it in good use. Keep it in a well-maintained state so that at any one time they are able to be used when the occasion demands. Once fully implemented, the National Cleaning Days will strengthen our communities, reduce preventable diseases, lower catastrophic household health expenditures, enhance productivity, and contribute to improved household incomes and national development. And the issue of waste management in our country as a policy is being fast-tracked so that in the waste management sites, the waste is used to produce fertilizers. It is also used to produce energy and many other valuable products that can be used again by members of the community. So we have discussed that in Cabinet, and we are going to fast-track that with those companies that are charged with the responsibility of waste management in our country. The exercise today is going to be a good example to all of us that together we can have a clean environment. A clean Uganda, as I said again, means a healthier family, safer community, and a stronger image for our country. As you all know, that Uganda is one of the most suitable destinations for tourists and investors globally. Let us therefore make cleanliness a daily habit, not an occasional activity, and each of us should play our part. Uganda will be clean, healthy, and prosperous with all our effort together. I thank all the people who are contesting as LOC1 chairman. It is a clear demonstration that the four principles of NRM are working: of nationalism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. I call upon all Ugandans to walk to their polling stations on Tuesday 28th and cast their vote democratically for the choice of the candidates that they wish to lead the villages. And I call upon members of NRM to accelerate the mobilization efforts so that we can secure the biggest majority of the LC1 chairmen who are going to be elected on Tuesday 28th. NRM oye? So this village we are sure, and also neighboring villages. I thank you once again for inviting me, and His Excellency the President and Mama Janet sent you their warm regards. And now with these few remarks, I hereby officially launch the National Cleaning Days to be conducted nationally every last Saturday of the month from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. by everyone living in Uganda for God and my country.